Best strategy for weight loss through cycling. I know your time is valuable, so let's dive straight in. Now we're going to break this down into two parts. Firstly, the training, the riding. Secondly, the nutrition, the diet, the fueling. So let's start with the training. Now, if you're somebody who's time crunched with the amount of training time that you have available, we're just going to take a 1 hour training session. Okay, so we're going to begin, as I mentioned, with the training. Now, if you have 1 hour available to train, there's a various range of training sessions that you can do and how you can get the most out of this hour. And when it comes to cycling, really, if you're just looking to use cycling to lose weight, it's the amount of calories that we can burn in this 1 hour training ride that we really want to maximize. So in my experience, through my journey of losing 20 kilos through cycling, but also the hundreds of clients that I've helped do the same, these are the three structures of sessions and how many calories you can expect to burn through the intensity of the session. So let's just say a low intensity session. So this could also be referred to zone 2, when you're exercising basically around, should we say, 60 to 75% of your maximum heart rate. Now on a session like this, you will burn around 500 calories. Okay, so you can use this session. Yeah, we're going to see 500 calorie burn. You might use this type of training session, training ride, cycle on a day where you haven't got much energy, you had a long day, or you just want to do some low intensity riding. A medium intensity session, you'll probably see anything between 500 and 750 calories per hour. Okay, so this could be a little bit of a tempo ride. It might be if you're going out on a faster pace, maybe group ride, social ride that you might do during your week where you can get the opportunity in to do so. It might be if you're doing a little bit of structured intervals, something that might include a little bit of tempo intervals where you're just lifting the pace or the intensity of that ride. But on that ride, you can typically see per hour 500 to 750 calories burn for every hour that you do. Now, a high calorie burn session, you can expect to see 750 to 1,000. 1,000 is normally probably the top end, however I have seen more, but just to break it down into these three categories. Low, medium, high. Now a high calorie burn session, this would be something where it might be a very, very fast paced group ride or ride that you're doing, for example, that involves a lot of hills, a lot of climbing. You literally, for that hour, you're on the limit from almost that whole hour. Or if you have a more structured approach to your training, this might be something that includes some hard threshold efforts, some hard VO2 max type efforts. That's going to really, you're really getting that heart rate going. You're really working hard. And as a result of that, you're going to really burn a lot of calories within that hour. And any form of exercise, this is why cycling is a great form of exercise to use, certainly if you're looking to lose weight, because if we can burn 750 to 1,000 calories in an hour, then you're really maximizing your time well there. Certainly, as I said, if you're somebody who's time crunch, you might be a business owner, busy professional, you might just have a crazy life. So every hour that you're putting in, you want to maximize that calorie burn. Okay. Now, just one thing quickly on this in terms of the structure. Doing this session every single time you get on the bike might be quite hard. To say this is going to come with fatigue as well. So like I just mentioned, you might want to alternate this so that, you may have some more, a few days through the week where you do a lower or medium intensity training session, you still know you're getting some calories in there, or you might want to do a higher calorie burn session once or twice a week, but that will then come with some fatigue. What's also quite good with this session is you can time it for days through the week where you may actually know that you might be consuming a little bit more food, drink. Your calorie intake on that day is going to be a little bit higher. So on that day or the day after, you might actually then time it so that you put one of these higher calorie burn sessions in to burn off, basically have more calorie expenditure for the intake that you've had on that day or the day before. Okay. Now on that, let's get straight into the nutrition. So hopefully that's helped, just some context through cycling, the calories that you can burn per hour and how it's a great form of exercise to do so. Let's take this off. So we're going to get straight into the nutrition side now. So with the nutrition, we've got our sessions there, we know how much we're burning. Just some real key things that are going to help you, a good strategy that you can use. So firstly, the main thing you want to do is identify your basal metabolic rate. Okay, so this is just everyday life. So this is this isn't taking into account any of those training sessions that we've just discussed, whether it's low, medium or high intensity. This is basically everything that you're doing off the bike or outside of your cycling. Okay, so this is day-to-day life. If you're somebody who has a not very active job, you're literally at a desk all day, we need to identify BMR based on that. However, you might be somebody who sits at a desk all day, but then you've got children, or you might have a dog, or you might have to, you might be on your feet. So you may have like a medium sort of BMR that you need to work with. But this is basically your base calorie goal. We need to identify that first. Now, the way to do this, there's loads of websites, apps. MyFitnessPal is probably the most common one out there. You can literally go into MyFitnessPal, you can put in your daily activity level, you can put in your weight loss target, and it will give you, MyFitnessPal calls it your base goal, but it will give you your basal metabolic rate. Okay, so once we have that, the great thing is we can identify, okay, that's our base calorie goal. If you're using an app or a website, it will also put in around a 500 calorie deficit, which is really important to ensure that you will then lose that weight and hit that goal based on your base goal. Okay, so let's just say in our example, our BMR equals 1500 calories, and this has had a 500 calorie deficit already applied to it. Okay, so you may have had your calories actually were at 2000, but because you've inputted your weight loss target, the app or website that you were using has given you a 500 calorie deficit, so it's brought you to 1500. Okay, now this is the big mistake where a lot of people can certainly go wrong when they're using cycling to lose weight or as a strategy to lose weight. Is what they will do. They will take the session. So let's just say we've done, for easy calculation's sake, we've done a low intensity cycle, like I just showed in the 3 sessions. And on that session, on that ride, we have burnt 500 calories. Okay, so we've burnt an extra 500 calories here. Okay, now what a lot of people will do, and where this no longer becomes sustainable and people actually then fall off when they're using cycling as a strategy to lose weight, is they will, despite burning 500 calories from the ride that they've done, they will still try to stick with the 1500 calories. Even though effectively they're now in a 1000 calorie deficit, because MyFitnessPal has calculated a 500 calorie deficit here, and you've also just burned through your training ride an extra 500 calories here, which will equal a total deficit of 1000 calories. Okay, so this is where we actually get into the fueling part. So what I found has really worked well and has worked with all of my clients is what you want to do is actually on this specific day where our BMR is 1500 and we've done a 500 calorie low intensity ride, you don't want to stick to the 1500. What I found work best is actually allow yourself to go up to 2000 calories. So effectively, you are replenishing the 500 that you've burnt on the ride to bring you to 2000. Now the great thing with this is, it means that you're not going to be feeling that real starvation, really hungry, low in energy, which then leads this strategy of using cycling for your weight loss to not be sustainable over a long-term period. However, replenishing those calories, and if you can replenish those calories with well-balanced, good fruits, vegetables, good quality foods, good protein intake, 1.5 grams of protein per kg of body weight as your minimum daily total, well-balanced diet to make up these 2000 calories, then actually you'll find that you won't be as hungry, you'll be feeling more energized, you'll probably feel even better, which will be great when you're on the bike doing your training sessions, which means that you might actually be able to then do more of the medium or higher intensity sessions where you're getting that higher calorie burn because you've actually fueled better for it. But at the same time, you're doing it in a way which is sustainable and you won't feel so much hunger off the bike. You can maintain it for a longer period, and that means that if you have a weight loss target of, let's just say, 10 kilos or 22, 24 pounds or something along those lines, this is a much more sustainable way to do it and a fantastic strategy to use for using cycling as a strategy to lose weight. Hope that helped. If you found it useful, just so if you're wondering why have I got any authority to speak about this, as I say, on my own journey, I lost 20 kilos myself through using this exact strategy with cycling and the nutrition and the fueling. If you're somebody who really likes data just on that as well, then this can be really good if you have a a Garmin watch, an Apple watch, a Wahoo, something along those lines, you have some apps, you have a bike computer, or you just have your watch there, then it can be really useful to use some of those, and this can be actually quite interesting to get on. Sorry, yeah, so just going back, why do I have any authority to talk about this? I lost 20 kg myself through using cycling, and I've now, over the past 6 years, with clients, been helping them achieve the same. We've helped over 500 cyclists do exactly the same now, and I've been doing this coaching in sports science and cycling now for the past 10 years in total, in some way, shape or form. So yeah, if you found that useful, drop a like on the video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button. Always trying to put out as much content as possible to fast track you to your goals. Keep up the great work. Speak to you soon.